Hi guys, welcome back to Luca Drones. Today we will be presenting you with the best DJI Mavic Pro camera settings. Let's get started.
The first thing we want to do is to make sure that we are in video mode. To do that, click on the little icon above the camera button. Once you're in video mode, click the settings under the video button, then tap on the camera icon on the top. As the first sub-menu we want to click on is video size. Here we can see the different video sizes we can record in. We recommend recording in either 4K as it contains many more pixels as 180p, or recording in 180p at 60 frames per second as it produces a silky smooth video.
Under the next sub-menu, Format, we recommend using MP4 as MP4 is extremely similar to MOV, with the only difference that MOV files are much larger than MP4 files.
The next menu, NTSC/PAL, you should choose this based on what country you live in. If you live in the Americas, Japan, Taiwan, South Korea or the Caribbean, you should use NTSC. Otherwise, if you live elsewhere, you should use PAL. The differences are only small technical changes, such as the refresh rate.
Under the next subheading, White Balance, you can choose any of the options according to your environment. An example would be if you were flying on a sunny day, you would use the Sunny White Balance mode. I recommend not using the custom white balance as too much or too little will make the image look warmer or colder. Here's an example of what the two extremities will make the footage look like.
Under the next menu, Style, you can see three icons at the top right. They represent sharpness, contrast, and saturation. We recommend going down to the bottom where it says custom and changing the first box to -2. This reduces the digital sharpness of the footage and makes it look more realistic. The second box, we recommend you change contrast to -2. This means that there is a less difference between black and white, which makes it smoother on the eyes. In the third box, which is saturation, we recommend you change this to +2. This brings out the beautiful colours in any shot.
Under Color, you can see lots of different settings which adjust the color of the picture. I recommend keeping it on None and changing it in an editing software such as Photoshop. You can change that setting if you want to during flight to make the picture look better with the scene.
Now let's go back to camera settings and click on the cogwheel icon. Now the settings we recommend to adjust are the front LEDs auto turn off, which you should turn on if you're taking photos of a reflective surface. This will prevent reflections. Then we recommend you scroll down to grid. You have three options. You can use no grids, grid lines, or grids plus diagonals. This helps you frame the photo and use the rule of thirds. We recommend using grid lines to correctly frame the shot. In center points, we personally do not use any center points, but you can if you want to get your content in the middle.
Next, go down to Anti-Flicker and leave it on Auto. Under that, you can see File Index Mode. This is how the drone files the photos and videos. When you finish recording and you put the SD card into your computer, you will see DJI underscore with some numbers. Resetting it reset means that the files will restart at the end of each flight. So every new flight will start at DJI underscore 000. We recommend choosing continuous, as this will prevent files being overwritten if they haven't been backed up.
Now click on the aperture icon. Under that, you will see the three different settings you can change: the ISO, shutter, and EV. You can keep it on automatic or you can change it to manual. We recommend using automatic if you don't want to have the distraction of adjusting the lens settings while you're flying. And you can always change these settings in a program such as Photoshop if you shoot in RAW, which we highly recommend.
The ISO digitally controls how bright the image is. The shutter speed changes the lighting of the image and the whole look of the image. The higher the shutter speed, the more crisp the images will look. The lower the shutter speed, the more blurry the images will look. and under that you can see the EV. This just informs you how bright or how dark the image is. You want to try and make it as close to 0 as possible. I hope you guys like this tutorial, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for flying, Luca Jones.